Winter's piece by Bob Ross credit Bonham's Auctioneers released 3 works from Bob Ross' classic public television show. The Joy of Painting raised over $500,000 for public television. Having relied for decades on endowment contributions and pledge drives of every tact and description, it was a brilliant idea that puts a brilliant man and his brilliant perspective on the arts back into the spotlight 30 years after his death. I think this actually would have been Bob's idea, said Joan Kowalski, president of Bob Ross Inc., the firm that manages his likeness, contents, and collection of thousands of works that he painted on television in advance of the auction. And when I think about that, it makes me very proud. The auction came months after cuts to PBS and other stations were passed in the most recent budget, but also as a pair of Bob Ross paintings touched and then surmounted, 6-figure valuation, something very rarely seen before. Straight Arrow News, which spoke with Kowalski, also reached out to Bonham's, which had seen a pair of Ross sold for $1,900,000. In many ways, the gentle television painter was a singular figure, irreplicable not only as a figure in time, but also in style and method. Ross paintings have always been conspicuously absent from the fine art auction circuits and rarely come anywhere close to these sorts of valuations. But in light of the appreciation, Bob Ross Inc. will be auctioning Home in the Valley 19Z, The Cliffside 19Z, and Winter's Piece 19Z. They were priced to start at between $25,000 and $30,000, but quickly went to the moon. The first brought $229,100, the second $14,800, and Winter's Piece went for a staggering $218,000 credit. Bob Ross Inc. Fair use. I think that there's a certain amount of snobbery in the art business, but Bob is a cultural touchstone. Aaron Bastian, Senior Director of California and Western Paintings at Bonham's, told Straight Arrow News. He crosses a lot of different generations. Kids these days have seen him on YouTube. I watched him with my parents, right? And so, it's something that is readily accessible to everyone. Modern artistic styles and works commonly seek to portray the world's challenges, contradictions, and crises, while Bob Ross, a former Air Force drill sergeant who vowed never to raise his voice again after leaving the military, sought every broadcast to create a world he wanted to see, full of happy little trees and all the rest. Kowalski points out that Ross loved the idea of public television and that he would probably have been the first to pull out some artworks to put towards the cause. After all, they aren't unique. More in-spring Fundraiser's man who made history in Blinking Guy meme, using his fame to pay it forward, while viewers saw only the canvas that Ross painted on screen over the course of the 30-minute program that was actually the second of 3 renditions. One he would do before shooting as a preparatory work that sat off camera as a reference. The second he'd do for the recorded broadcast, and a third well-finished work with much more attention to detail than he could manage on screen was painted for his instructional booklets. Often Ross would ensure the 3 remained together, either in his holdings at Bob Ross Inc. or in the cases when he would donate them either to PBS or to the Smithsonian. More auctions for good. British man finishes his run across Africa. 380 marathons in 350 days. All the money raised from the auction will go to Create Channel, which Straight Arrow described as a premium lifestyle channel for public television stations. Another 3 works will be auctioned in January, part of a collection of 27 that could be ultimately sold to support the various channels and outlets under American public television.